Hey everyone, this is Chase, the Rocky Mountain ATVMC, giving you a closer look at the Tech 10 boot from Alpinestars. All right, everyone, thank you for checking in. The Tech 10. This is the premium boot from Alpinestars in their lineup. Eli Tomac, Jason Anderson, Justin Barcia, Marvin Musquin, Cooper Webb. I could go on and on. There are a ton of top-level guys who are using the Tech 10. Now, back in late 2018, Alpinestars completely redesigned this boot. And since then, looking at it now on the table, it looks very, very similar. However, they've done some running changes that are small but significant. So we're redoing this video to help point out what has changed to where Alpinestars said, you know what, we made a rock solid boot and they've made some changes to make it even better. I had one of the pairs of the first edition when they first came out. I love the Tech 10. I'm gonna tell you right now, in my humble opinion, I think this is the most protective and supportive premium boot that is on the market. And as we go through and I talk about all the safety features that are built in, you'll probably understand why I think it is that way. But in any case, before we dive in and we're talking about the features, the big updates that you're going to see now with this is the shin plate. You're going to have a little bit more venting. There's a new sole design, which we're going to show you, which is a different compound, a different design to give as much durability and grip as possible. In fact, it's the sole that they only offer to their top-level riders. Now they're giving it to the consumer there. They've also added some durability things that we're going to talk about as well, just to improve the boot overall. So we're going to go through and we're going to talk about all of those. Let's talk about fit real quick. I've worn these for a while. I like the fit of the Tech 10. It's a very comfortable boot. The length's gonna fit true to size. It does have a nice wide toe box. There is an inner ankle brace system, which we're gonna get into a little bit later. You do have to wear this with the boot, but even with this on, it's still got a nice wide toe box. One thing with the Tech 10 that I do wanna caution you on is that this is probably one of the stiffest premium boots out of the box. It's gonna take some time to break in, so if you get these and you're like, whoa, you got to be patient because they are going to break in for you. It just takes a little bit of time. Remember though, we do have our fit guarantee, so no matter what boot you buy from us, if you don't like how it fits, you can send it back in brand new unused condition. We want to make sure you get the size and the fit that you are looking for, so we give you free shipping both ways on your first exchange. Could be for the same boot in a different size or a completely different boot, just to make sure you get exactly what you want. Now, let's talk about everything that you're getting with this and again, some of those updates. So first and foremost, construction. Same construction for the most part. You've got a microfiber base material, which is a lightweight synthetic leather. We see this in a lot of premium boots, but then you have a lot of hard TPU on here. As you get a 360 view, you can see just how much hard plastic that you're getting. That's gonna help with your impact protection. But like I said, some of the durability changes that they made. So one of the big safety aspects of the Tech 10 is their frontal flex frame that you have right here between these two lower buckles. They changed the compound of this. So the first edition, which I did have, this cracked on me. It was a harder plastic. They changed this to more of a rubber material just to add to the durability so it doesn't do that, but you're still getting the same safety features, which we will talk about. So they changed that. We already talked about the sole, which we will show you. Another durability change that they made is on the inside here. So you have your two inserts here on the medial side. These are a rubberized material. They offer a lot of grip on the bike. However, on the medial hinge here, they made this a little bit thicker to add to the durability. And also up here in this upper insert, this is also now sewn in versus molded. So if you did wear through that, and some riders are harder on boots than others, if you're squeezing the bike hard, you can wear through that. This is also replaceable. So they just made it to where they want to make the boot last longer for you. And if you did wear through some parts of it, you can actually send your boots back to Alpinestars and they'll refurbish them and they can replace certain parts of the boot for you. So those are some of the big updates. Last one, as far as durability goes, right here at the bottom, small, but again, it was needed. Right here, you see where my fingertip is, I actually on my first edition wore a hole right here on the side of the foot shell. So what they did is they put this raised piece of this hard TPU or plastic here just to help prevent that from happening. Again, just more durability in general. And the sole we already talked about, a different compound, it lasts even longer than the first generation. So that's your construction. Let's talk about buckles real quick. So 3 buckle design on the Tech 10, cold forged buckles. They work really, really well. You've got a fiberglass nylon strap that's also really strong. Take your strap, drop it in there, snap it down. It's a buckle design that works really well. However, I have noticed from time to time that when these buckles get dirty, that they can be hard to snap down. So you ought to just pour some water on there. I've even used something like SC1 and it works just fine after that. So just something to be mindful of. So 3 buckle design, open that up real quick. So on the inside, you can see you've got your gaiter, you've got this 3D foam here on the inside, which is moisture wicking. And on the inside, you're gonna have a hard time seeing it, but they actually have a suede material down here in the heel area. So when you have that inner ankle brace on, it just helps keep the ankle nice and snug. So when you're riding or even just walking, it helps keep the ankle in place so nothing's moving around on the inside. So very comfortable. Again, you also got a good amount of padding around the ankle area as well. Do these back up. So the toe box on here, it's nice and low profile, so easy when it comes to your shifting. Also what I like too is that there's a good amount of peg feel in the Tech 10. That was one concern that I had when I rode these for the first time, is with the inner ankle brace and with their foot shell. I thought, I don't know if you're gonna be able to feel the pegs that great, but there's actually a relief cut in the sole, which gives a little bit more flex to give better peg feel. And I'm not gonna say it's the best boot in that category, but it's not far off, so the peg feel in these is actually really, really good. All right, protection. This is the big reason why you're looking at Tech 10s. You want the premium amount of protection that you're going to get in a boot. And like I said earlier, I think this is one of the most supportive and protective that is on the market. And here's why. Starting out, you had that frontal flex frame that I already mentioned. This was a new addition when they redesigned the Tech 10. I love it. It's this insert that goes right here between your 2 lower buckles. It's floating there, but what it does, it just offers impact absorption. So if you have a big jump or you're gonna case something really hard, have a big impact, or you're gonna over jump something, this flex frame gives a lot of cushion, a lot of support when you do have that. And what I love about the Tech 10 is that even when you have, say, 50 hours on these and they're well broken in, you still feel like you have really, really good support. Whereas other boots sometimes, the more they break in, the more and more you start to lose some of that supportive feel. Not with the Tech 10. So that's one aspect I love. And also they have their flex blade system. You can see it here in the front, kind of a tongue and groove. You've got it here in the front. You also have it here in the back as well. This is working with that flex frame. And how this works, helps with hyperextension and hyperflexion. This blade is going up into this groove. And up here at the top of the groove, you're not gonna be able to see it, but it gets narrower. So let's say you have hyperflexion where you're going backwards. Well, as that blade is forced up into that groove that gets narrower, it makes it harder and harder for this blade to fit in there. So you're progressively dampening that impact or that motion. And you have that in the front as well as the back. So again, for hyperflexion and hyperextension. You also have a dual pivot system. So you have a lateral hinge. So this is going to help with the flexibility of the boot. Also helps with the lateral rigidity as well. And you also have one on the medial side. Now what's cool is that with this hinge, you see how it sits up a little bit higher than the one on the outside? That was done because they wanted to get a nice low profile or flat surface on the inside to get better contact with the bike. So they moved that hinge up just a little bit to be able to do that. So you can see it is a nice flat profile that you do have on the inside. That's your hinge system. On top of that, you have the inner ankle brace, which is working in conjunction with everything that we just talked about. So you put this on. Now for me, you could put this on before you put the boot on. You could put this inside the boot and then just slip your foot in there. You do it either way, just figure out what works best for you. But with this ankle brace, you have these torsion bars on both sides. So you can see that this thing is actually pretty stiff. So you have hyperflexion and hyperextension protection, also lateral stiffness. And one aspect that they say this really helps with is torsion. So twisting movements, you can get a bad injury just twisting your ankle, maybe catch on a rut, you dab your foot on the ground. So this will help protect against rotational injuries for the ankle as well. Again, talking about a lot of safety, a lot of protection, everything that I just talked about adds up to a ton of support and a ton of protection for the ankle. And that's why I like the Tech 10 so much. Last couple things we'll talk about is the sole. Like I said, you have a steel shank inside here. You have that relief cut in the toe box area to get better peg feel. Another big safety feature that is in the sole that you can't see is called the DHCP, stands for Dynamic Heel Compression Protection. And what that does, it is a kind of like the EPS liner that you have inside helmets. That is a crushable material that absorbs energy and impacts. It's very similar to that, and you have it in the heel area. So again, if you have a big impact, you're gonna case, you're gonna overjump, maybe you have to hit the eject button and jump off the bike. They want that to be collapsible in the heel to help absorb that impact and help protect from injuries. I don't know about you, but I have bruised my heel before. It sucks because it is an injury that tends to linger on for a very long time. So what's nice though is that that insert is replaceable. And the way they do that, if you send your boots in to have the sole refurbished or replaced, because the sole, this entire black piece, is replaceable, Alpinestars can also replace that insert. So if you do have a big impact and you're worried about that, send your boots into them, they'll take a look at it and they'll get it fixed for you. But as far as the sole goes, like I said, this is a new design, and what's cool is that this new sole is multi-compound, and this is the same sole that they were using on their top level riders. And they designed this to give more durability and the most grip possible. But now they said, you know what? Let's make it available to the consumer. So you have this micro grip pattern here, which is different from the first edition. So you're getting better grip there. Again, we talked about durability. In fact, we have a how to replace your sole video. So if you have a Tech 10, you want to replace the sole from your house, we sell additional soles. You can buy one. We'll actually show you how to replace it. But what's unique is that not only do you get better grip and durability, but here on the inside, you have these grooves that are cut in. Those are actually to give better grip on the sole when you're weighting the outside foot peg. So if you're going down a flat corner, going through a rut, and you're really pressing down on the outside peg, these grooves here are just to help give more grip there. And you also notice too that on the heel and up here on the toe box, you have these little pieces, these little bumps that stick up. Again, when you're riding up on the toes like you should be, that's just going to give more grip on the foot pegs as well. So that's what's new with the sole design. Aside from that, aesthetically, again, it looks very, very similar. But those are the big updates. You've got more durability where it mattered most, which I think was really important. When you're going to spend, north of $500 on a premium boot, you want these to last. So thank you, Alpinestars, for looking at the consumers, making a rock solid boot even better. If you do have questions or comments, we want to get those answered, so make sure to leave those below. If you want some more of my feedback, because like I said, I've ridden in the first edition and the newer version as well, I'm more than happy to give that to you. So leave your questions or comments below. And to grab one of these today and to see all the other colorways that are available, click on the link or head over to RockyMountainATVMC.com. And don't forget about the super vented option. If you ride in hot, dry climates, you want a boot that's going to ventilate, get a lot of airflow, check that one out. Same safety features, everything that we just covered, but everything about that boot is built to flow air and keep your feet as cool as possible. Orders over $75, ship free, and if you like this product spotlight and you want to see more just like it, you have got to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are the best place to go to get product information, product reviews, or how-to videos, so get subscribed, stay up to date. I am Chase, and we'll see you on the trails.